And then I put my hands on his shoulders and I said, Trump, whatever we got to do to get this 3-day ceasefire, fucking do it. Fucking do it. And guess what? He did it. That's right. 3-day ceasefire. So if you're on Russia and Ukraine time, they will be back to bombing each other by 6 a.m. in the morning. It's typically how these things go. They'll usually call for a 3-day ceasefire. And usually it lasts about 3 hours. Yeah. So, Politico has reported on this and says, the headline says, Trump says there will be a 3-day ceasefire in Russia-Ukraine war. The president said he facilitated the deal, which includes a prisoner swap. What the fuck? And Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky quickly signaled his support. But past ceasefires have crumbled. Like I said a second ago, they do this every so often, and it's 3 hours later, and they're back to shooting each other and bombing each other. But it's like, who did you give up for a 3-day ceasefire? President Donald Trump said Friday that Russia and Ukraine have agreed to a 3-day ceasefire and prisoner exchange mediated by the United States. The latest twist in the years-long conflict that has seen other pauses quickly fall apart. The temporary ceasefire will stretch from Saturday to Monday to facilitate the transfers of 2,000 Russian and Ukrainian prisoners of war, Trump said on social media. Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky quickly signaled his support, thanking Trump for helping coordinate the agreement and said he hopes Trump will ensure that the Russian President Vladimir Putin upholds the ceasefire. I thank the President of the United States and his team for their productive diplomatic involvement, Zelensky said. We expect the United States to ensure that the Russian side fulfills these agreements. And it's like, it's 3 days, guys. Like, they're talking on here like the next paragraph says Trump celebrated the announcement of the ceasefire and held out hope that the temporary truce reflects a step towards a permanent end to the 4-year war. It's 3 fucking days, man. We just went through this on Easter. You know? They will be back to bombing each other by Sunday. Maybe they break a record and they make it to Monday. You know? Because you know there's just like Ukraine, I feel like it's a small country, right? Like they probably don't have a lot of like discipline in their society, I don't feel like. And they're kind of just like a rogue state at this point. Like, they operate a lot like Iran. Now, obviously, Ukraine is probably a little bit more put together than Iran is. But at the end of the day, like, their troops and their soldiers just choose when they fucking do shit, you know? I feel like that's how a lot of these ceasefires have ended. And that's what's going to happen. Like, they're going to go to... And how the fuck do you plan on facilitating a 2,000 prisoner exchange? What does that look like? Like, that sounds horrifying to me. How do you plan on exchanging 2,000 fucking prisoners? What does that game plan look like? You say, okay, Saturday morning, we'll do an exchange of 50 prisoners at this location. Saturday at lunch, we'll do another exchange of 50 prisoners at this location. Does this just happen at different times, different locations, and you hope that you can somehow mitigate these different small groups of exchanges? that you can somehow oversee these small groups of exchanges without nothing going wrong. That's the only idea in my head that would actually make sense when you're trying to hand over 2,000 prisoners. I mean, maybe they Venmo the prisoners to one another. Maybe they Cash App a couple. Maybe they box up a couple and send them UPS next day ship, like overnight shipping. Do you FedEx next day this shit? Are they Amazon priming the fucking soldiers? What's happening? Tell me how you plan to facilitate this. Because I just don't see this ending cleanly, you know? Like, we're going to hear about an exchange going down, and the Ukrainians are going to just fly a fucking drone right into it. You know? And then at that point, you got to think, like, all bets might be off. You may never get another ceasefire. Anywho, moving on. The Met Gala happened. This shit happened. I mean, what the fuck is wrong with these people? Whenever I think, like, and this has been my whole life, you know, I've always seen the Met Gala happen. My whole life, I've always thought, this is what they call fashion. Like, whenever I think of fashion, I think of nice clothes that you can actually wear to a function. You know? Like, I think of, like, fashion as, like if you got a nice, like, collared shirt, some nice pants, and some nice shoes, like, that's cool fashion, you know? But fashion has turned into just wear the most fucking atrocious and non-wearable shit you can possibly find. I think it was Blake Lively. Couldn't even walk up the fucking steps because of the dress that she was wearing. So basically, you're telling me that you'll never be able to wear this dress ever again. It'll never have use, you know? And mind you, these are the same retards. Sorry, YouTube. I know you're probably going to take the video down now because I said that word. But these are the same retards that bitch and moan about climate change, global warming. You want to know what the number 3 ranked industry that does the most harm to the climate is? The fashion industry. The clothing wear industry is number 3 on most harmful to the climate. And then I get to see dumbasses like Sarah Paulson, who literally probably has hundreds of millions of dollars in her bank account. I'm pretty sure Google says that she's worth only 12 million. That's a fucking lie. You know, the net worth thing on Google has always been a lie. If it says that somebody has $12 million, you could probably triple that, and then that's what they're actually worth. Because really with Sarah Paulson, they're just going off of the public information that she's been paid through the movies and shows that she's been in. She's worth way more than $12 million. But her dumb ass comes on this stage looking like a fucking idiot, by the way. Dumbest dress. And she's got a dollar bill strapped to her eyes. And they said that the point of this was that she was calling out the billionaires, the big time money makers like Elon Musk, for example, saying that they're blinded by their money. Bitch, you literally spent probably $50,000 on a dress that you will never wear again, that eroded a hole in the fucking atmosphere so big that you still couldn't fit your fat ass head through it. And you're over here bitching about millionaires. You know, that whole pick-me personality of the people that want to tax more and shit like that, like, they're all idiots. They're retarded. All of them. Anybody that says tax the rich, you're dumb, alright? You are a pick-me person that wants everything handed to you, and you can't think outside the box enough. You can't, like, you don't have any wherewithal to come up with something that's your own. You have no ownership of anything. So you think that because you have no ownership of something, that it should just be taken from other people and then given to you. No. It's called process of elimination, or what's the process of elimination is the only one I got right now. There's another one, like food chain, but you kind of just get taken off of it because that's the way the fucking food chain works. Is like, you know, we don't live in the jungle. Natural selection. That's it. It's called natural selection. If you can't fend for yourself, if you can't make your own money, I can't say what you really should do, because really, like, then I will, like, the whole channel will just get banned. But you know what I mean, you know? Like, you know, like, you know what I'm saying that you should do. You should do it. You know? K word. Second word starts with a Y. Ends with self. Do it. Do it. We don't need you. Obviously, you have failed so much in this life that now you just want other people to pay for you. You're a burden. You're a burden, and you drag everybody around you down. I could not imagine living with that type of mindset. You know, the mindset of like, poor pitiful me, the world's not fair, I have no money. How could you ever live like that? And then blame it on people that have literally worked their asses off day and night and day and night, and sleep maybe 3 hours, wake back up and fucking work again, and around the clock just brainstorming ideas. Like Elon Musk, for example. The man doesn't sleep. He does not sleep. And he has worked for literally every single penny that he's ever gotten. And dumbasses like Sarah Paulson want to try to take it away from him. Say that he should be taxed more. This is why New York is a failing state right now. This is why New York City is a failing city right now. We talked last video about Mamdani, Mr. Allah Akbar himself, leader of ISIS, strong ties with Al-Qaeda. He had to come out and literally blame Eric Adams because he's ran off every millionaire in New York City because he just wants to tax the shit out of them. So they've all left. Now he has no money. The city has no money. They're in the largest deficit since the recession. Democratic president, mind you. The largest deficit since the recession. He wanted to give everybody free transportation. How the fuck do you plan on making money? Where do you want this money to come from? If you tax the people, the rich ones, they're all just going to leave. And I don't blame them. I don't want to give my tax dollars to Fentanyl Floyd, George Droid. I don't want to give my tax dollars to that. I don't want to give my tax dollars to the guy that dresses up like Michael Jackson and threatens to kill women on a subway. I don't want to give my tax dollars to the guy down the road that can't get his head out of his own ass for 2 seconds and stop smoking Fent out of a fucking Dr. Pepper can. I grew up in a family of addicts, right? And my family, they loved pills, I lost 2 aunts to it. I lost an uncle. I lost my sister, my own sister, to pills. And let me tell you something. Speaking from experience, I've literally dealt with this, lived it, fucking lived it. They don't want help. You cannot help them. If they want to be homeless, they are going to be homeless. If they want to shit on the side of the road, they are going to shit on the side of the road. If they want to light women on fire on trains, they are going to try to light women on fire on trains. Unless you have guys like Daniel Penny that have a heart, a brain, a soul, some compassion. Unless you have guys like Derek Chauvin that are trying to keep your streets clean, that are trying to get criminals off of it. And it was just such bad timing, The dude overdosed on Fent. But because the national media wanted to make a story and they wanted to make an example out of a white man, a middle-aged white man, they had to throw him in prison. They had to. He was fucked from day one, Now he's going to spend the rest of his life in prison. He's already survived 1 attack. Probably got multiple more attacks coming his way. But he did it to protect people like you and I from people like Droid, Fent Floyd, George Droid, We don't need these people. And your tax dollars are not going to help them. They don't want your help. Therefore, they don't want the tax dollars that could help them. So you're throwing money in a trash can and you're lighting it on fire. At least you'll have a fire going on next to the fucking lady that's on fire. And then you'll be like, which one do I put out first? And because y'all are a bunch of fucking blood-sucking vampires, you'll probably put out the trash can first. And not the lady. Look at these dumbasses. What the fuck is this? What is this? You got all this shit on. All of this shit. And fucking flip-flops, dude. And fucking flip-flops, dude. What are you doing? Yeah, Mason Margiela. Everybody loves to talk about Mason Margiela, huh? Doesn't realize he's killing the earth. What is this, dude? What is that? What are you wearing? It looks like a fucking robe. It looks like a robe. You have pants. No, I'm sorry. You have a robe on top of fucking pants. Brother. What the fuck is that? What is this? Like, these people are Satanist. These people are literally Satanist. They worship Satan. They believe in Satan. That's their God, you know? What is that? You look like a dumbass. This looks like silver-haired Chewbacca. What is this? What is this? Why do you people do this to yourselves? They want to talk about money. Do you know how much a ticket is? You know how much a ticket is to get into this place? $50,000. That $50,000 could have helped somebody get off the streets. You know, they all bitch about it. They all complain, say that the rich need to pay more taxes. They've got fucking money. Go give it to somebody. Go give it to a homeless guy. See what he does with it. Go give it to your favorite organization. Better yet, go give it to the Black Lives Matter organization. As if they've not already 2 or 3 of their leaders been fucking arrested for fraud. Because they were taking the money that was given to the organization and went and bought yachts and fucking timeshares and offshore fucking houses with. What is this? Doja is literally wearing a fucking trash bag. That is a literal... That looks like plastic. There's no way that's comfortable. And there's no way in hell you would ever wear this anywhere. Look at this crazy bitch. What are these? These fucking furry boxing gloves you've got on your damn hands. What are you doing? What is this? You're never going to wear this anywhere. She looks like a fucking Star Trek bitch. That just looks horrendous. What are you doing? I don't, like, this right here, okay? You could wear this somewhere. You want to know where you could wear this to? A fucking funeral. Alright? You could wear that to a funeral. She's also a dumb bitch. Look at this! This bitch has hemorrhoids around her fucking neck. And she got hemorrhoid ankles. She has fucking hemorrhoid ankles. What is he doing? He looks like a fucking soldier for the damn LGBTQ community. This would be the uniform of the LGBTQ military. Not a bad dress. You know, you could wear this somewhere. It actually looks somewhat comfortable. It looks like she could wear this somewhere. Probably not, though, because it's still see-through, right? Still couldn't probably wear it anywhere, but it's not half bad, you know? What the fuck is that? What are you doing? You can't even bend over in that. You're literally wearing a body cast. I mean, I guess. Okay. The jacket's a little off-putting. You look like fucking Dracula. I guess. Oh my god, dude, this bitch. This is Serena Williams, by the way. Half man, by the way. Serena Williams, mind you, her sister, her half sister, hers and Venus Williams' sister was killed in a gang shootout in like the early 2000s. This bitch still just fucking does the crip walk, you know. She literally glorifies gang violence and has lost a sister because of said gang violence. And is another person that says you should tax the rich, paid a $50,000 fucking ticket to get into this shit. I mean, what are we doing? What are we doing? Why do you guys think this is a great idea? And why is it every year that it happens, I'm supposed to act like these people are like fashion icons? Because Twitter tells me to think that way. Or no, I'm sorry, Twitter tells you to think that way. Again, it goes back to this whole mindset of like, you can't think for yourself, you can't make money for yourself, you can't take care of yourself. There's a lot of shit that y'all can't do by yourselves, you know? I just could not imagine, dude, living in that mindset. Like, it honestly, it amazes me. I could not imagine living in the mindset of not being able to take care of myself, not being able to make money, and telling rich people that they have to give me their money because I'm too fucking stupid to go get my own. I'm going to get a little personal for a second here, okay? And I don't even like talking about this because to me it just sounds like an excuse, right? When I was born, I had a really bad case of jaundice and almost fucking died, alright? Almost fucking died. I didn't though, because here I am, motherfucker. But I came very close, alright? And the doctor told my mother, said, he might have brain damage. Was he completely wrong? Probably not. But he said he might have suffered a little bit of brain damage. And what could happen is it could take a little longer for him to understand things. It could take a little longer for him to catch on to things. He could be behind the other kids growing up. I have every excuse to be like you stupid motherfuckers. I could sit here all day and play the I'm fucking brain dead joke or brain dead card. I don't. I get up every morning at 7 o'clock in the morning. I go to work. I run my own business. I come here. I talk shit on YouTube. I own my own house. I buy all these fucking records you see behind me. By the way, one of the greatest albums ever. Now, I don't agree with his politics either. Just the way that he is in general. I think he's a fucking idiot too. But that doesn't mean that I don't think this is still one of the greatest albums to ever exist. One of the greatest albums ever to exist on planet Earth. Ever. And then these two men here behind me, those two guys, they would be fucking ashamed of the shit that y'all talk about today. Both of them. That's Malcolm X and MLK. And they would be fucking ashamed at some of the shit that y'all talk about, some of the shit that y'all say, and just how stupid you guys are. Jesus Christ. I'm really hoping that this Hantavirus stuff is facts. And I'm hoping it 35% of the population is what I'm hearing. If it was to spread like COVID did, 35% of the population. Let's go, baby! Line it up! Let's go! That's what I'm talking about. That's what we need. We need the reset, man. We need to hurry this up. I'm so sick of dealing with y'all. If you didn't know, this week there was a cruise ship that, I don't know if it's fucking, it was a Dutch cruise ship of something. Who the fuck takes a cruise out of the Dutch, you know? Whatever that means. But, I want to say the thing that I'd read the other day was like, pretty sure it was like 17 Americans were on it. They were from like 5 different states in America. And all of them, not just the Americans, everybody on this boat, they were going to dinner and they were just eating mouse and rat like shit and poop all night. They would bring out a plate of rat and mouse shit and then a cup full of rat and mouse piss. And they would eat the shit and then they would drink the wash it down with the piss. And now we have Hantavirus. Hantavirus has been around for a long time. It's also one of the side effects of the great COVID vaccine, the one that I didn't take, that all you dumb motherfuckers took. It's a side effect. How the fuck is a virus that comes from mouse and rat shit and poop, shit and piss, how is that a side effect? I don't know. How is Dr. Fauci still free? I don't know. All right? None of us know. None of us actually know. That's the thing, None of us actually know. Straighten my hat back out. We're good. All right. But these people were on the ship and they're just eating plates of mouse and rat shit and washing it down with piss. And then whenever they got this, they were like, holy fuck, what? We got Hantavirus? And then they all just started dropping like flies. Or at least like 5 of them did. And then they said, next stop, America. And so then these people come back to the States and they go home. Like they don't know that we've just been talking about them all week. Like they're all over the fucking internet, all over the news. And then they just come bebopping back into the States. Next thing you know, they've got the literal fucking FBI after them, chasing them down. The fucking FBI shows up, knocks on the door. They open the door. FBI pops all 5 of them in the face, rounds them up, and then says they're in quarantine. No, they're dead. They shot all 5 of them in the face. Took them probably to Area 51. And they're just sitting out there now. They're letting aliens do whatever they want to do with them. They're like, hey, we brought you some bodies. Do what you want to do with it. And the aliens are like, okay, that was really nice of you. I guess you can go ahead and release the UFO files. Because today, the Trump administration, the guys that love releasing files, the Trump administration, the guys that just love, they just fucking love to release files. They're known for it, actually. I don't know if you knew that or not, but this administration has been known for releasing stuff. This administration has been known for being very transparent with us, right? And telling us about things. They're not hiding anything, They investigated Epstein, and then they came back and they said he didn't do anything. He's not guilty. And if he were still alive, we would have found him not guilty and we would have released him from prison. There was no wrongdoing, The guy's not guilty. And you have to trust it because it's the government, right? It's the Trump administration. Why would they lie to us? Why? So these people get off this boat, they fucking go home, they get chased down by the FBI, they shoot them in the face, take them to Area 51. The aliens are like, hey, thanks so much. This is really nice of you guys. Super nice gesture. We appreciate it, Americans. You can release the UFO files. Okay? Here, we'll give you a couple photos a couple videos that you can put out. You can release it to the public, and we're even now, right? We're even, So, now we have UFO files. We have UFO files and videos and just see what we got here. I don't know what this is. This is a unresolved UAP report over Africa in 2025. I'm assuming we're looking at this little thing up here. No. I don't know what we're looking at. This is one where a guy's locked on to something. You can't even tell what the fuck that is. Look at all these redacted shits, You gotta love it. They even redact pictures. What is that? That just looks like a fucking cloud. What? What are we doing? You can't even see shit because of the fucking lock on this thing's got. Totally crossed it out. Oh, yeah, really? Super convincing. Just a black dot. Very convincing stuff. Oh, yeah, very convincing. Wow. Oh, yep. That's definitely an alien. It couldn't be a fucking bird. That looks like a fucking helicopter. What are we doing? Alright, two birds meet up in the sky for a drug deal. They're still there. What the fuck is this, though? This says a composite sketch. Actual site photo with FBI lab rendered graphic overlay depicting corroborating eyewitness reports from September 2023 of an apparent ellipsoid bronze metallic object materializing out of a bright light in the sky 130 to 195 feet in length and disappearing instantaneously. Why is this even on here? Like, this is not an actual picture. So in your files, you just decided to say, yeah, just some guy told us this. Like, he said that a flash happened and a dildo popped out of it. A flash happened and a fucking bullet vibrator popped out of it. What are we doing, dude? This was Apollo 17's mission to the moon. I just saw a couple random dots up in the sky. Hell yeah, brother. I seen the video of this thing. I mean, I guess it looked pretty cool. It looked like it was just like fucking, I mean, it raced across the screen fast as shit. I mean, this one here, though. I saw this one. This one actually looks pretty wild. No telling if it's real or not, but where are the videos? Like 17 pages long. Iraq, Syria. And that's the thing too, like these are just like reports, just like people that are claiming that they saw this shit. Where are the here we go. So this is the one of the shit that races across the bottom of the screen. Here you go. I think. Yep, there it goes. Yeah, damn! Nope. There it goes. Bye-bye. See ya. That one was pretty cool. That was a pretty good one. What else we got here? You got this little speck out here that's kind of hovering around. See, like that one there doesn't really like that. That to me looks like potentially like some technology that maybe like Russia or China has that we're just not aware of, you know? See that shit fly across the corner of the screen? Oh damn, and their radar's all glitching out and going crazy. Watch the corner, the top right corner. And then radar just starts going crazy. It doesn't say anything about that, about the radar going kind of crazy there, but this is in Iraq. There it goes. And that's like the Tic Tac ones, I think, that they keep on talking about. What they say it looks like is a Tic Tac. This is the UAE. Is that not shaped like a bird? I mean, these things are just so. Another one from the UAE. I can't tell what I'm looking at here. I literally cannot tell what I'm looking at here. Oh shit, there it goes. It just went from left to right on the screen. It was like towards the end. Oh, there it goes. This is like nearly a 5-minute video. What's the description? An area of contrast. Okay. No content from 0 to 155. At 156, an area of contrast becomes distinguishable against the background in the center of the right side of the display. So at 155. Is that it? Yeah. There's the other one. Oh shit, now that's crazy looking. It's like moving back and forth. Blizzy style, you know? I mean, what would be the point in these things flying like this? Anyways, I'm not watching all of these. Not on here, at least. I mean, that's fucking way too long. But the moral of the story is the moral of the story is the moral of the story is good night.